We all know that quantity surveying is an important thing to do to make a successful construction projects. And in order to make the construction faster and easier, equipments are needed. Quantity surveying is broadly concerned with the estimation, planning, and control of the cost on construction projects. It covers a wide range of activities including cost estimation, cost planning, value engineering, feasibility studies, cost benefits analysis, life cycle costing, and valuation. And now let's tackle about equipment capacity. Equipment capacity is the volume of output or work produced per unit of time by a given piece of equipment in accordance with the equipment's design properties and technical characteristics and the production skills of the operators. One of the famous manufacturer of construction equipments is the Caterpillar Incorporated. Caterpillar Incorporated is an American Fortune 100 corporation that designs, develops, engineers, manufactures, markets, and sells machinery, engines, financial products, and insurance to customers via a worldwide dealer network. It is the world's largest construction equipment manufacturer. And these are the Caterpillar product line examples. One of these is the truck type tractors or the bulldozers. Second is the agricultural equipment, motor graders, hydraulic excavators, backhoe loaders, and many other. Next is the agricultural equipment, and one of its examples is the Challenger 35. It has a gross horsepower of 165 kilowatts or 221 horsepower, PTO horsepower 131 kilowatts or 175 horsepower, draw bar horsepower 112 kilowatts or 150 horsepower, operating weight range of 10,047 or 22,150 pounds, engine model of 3116, rated engine RPM of 2,100, number of cylinders or aspiration 680 AAC. The second agricultural equipment is the Challenger 65E. It has a gross horsepower of 231 kilowatts or 310 horsepower, power reserve of 9%, PTO horsepower is 206 kilowatts or 277 horsepower, draw horsepower or firm ground is 175 kilowatts or 235 horsepower, operating weight 15,186 kilowatts or 33,480 horsepower, engine model of 3176C, rated engine RPM is 2,100, number of cylinders or aspiration is 680 AAC. Next equipment is the motor graders, and one of its example is the 120H. It has a net flywheel power in the gears of 4 to 8, 104 kilowatts or 140 horsepower, and in the gears of 1 to 3 is 93 kilowatts or 125 horsepower. It has an operating weight of 11,358 kg or 25,040 pounds. Engine model 3116 DITA, rated engine RPM is 2,000, number of cylinders 6, displacement 6.6 liters or 403 cubic inches. Second example of motor graders is the 140H NA versions. It has a net flywheel power of 123 kilowatts or 165 horsepower. Variable horsepower gears 4 to 8 is 138 kilowatts or 185 horsepower. Operating weight of 14,724 kilogram or 32,460 pounds. The next equipment is the excavators, and one of its examples is the 301.5 mini excavator. It has a sourcing flywheel power of 13 kilowatts or 17.4 horsepower, operating weight of 1,673 kilogram or 3,690 pounds, bucket capacity range or the HEAP 0.018 to 0.056 meter cube or 0.023 to 0.073 cubic yard. Engine model of 3003, rated engine RPM 2,300, number of cylinders 3. The second example of excavators is the 311B. It has a sourcing flywheel power of 59 kilowatts or 79 horsepower, operating weight of 11,125 kilograms or 24,550 pounds. Bucket capacity range 0.35 to 0.78 meter cube or 0.46 to 1.02 cubic yard. Engine model of 3064T, rated engine RPM 1800 and number of cylinders is equal to 4. Next equipment is the backhoe loaders, and one of its examples is the 416C. It has a flywheel power or gross of 59 kilowatts or 78 horsepower, flywheel power of net 56 kilowatts or 75 horsepower, operating weight of 6,300 kilograms or 13,890 pounds. Engine model 3054 DINA. Rated engine RPM 2,200 and number of cylinders is equal to 4. The second example of backhoe loaders is the 446B. It has a flywheel power gross of 82 kilowatts or 110 horsepower, flywheel power of net 76 kilowatts or 102 horsepower, operating weight of 8,890 kilogram or 19,600 pounds, engine model of 3114 DIT, rated engine RPM 2,200 and number of cylinders is equal to 4. One of the examples of truck-type tractors or bulldozers is the D3C Series 3. It has a flywheel power of 52 kilowatts or 70 horsepower, operating weight of 7,039 kilograms or 15,518 pounds, engine model 3046, rated engine RPM 2,400, number of cylinders 6, bore 94 millimeters or 3.7 inches, stroke 120 millimeter or 4.7 inches, displacement of 5 liters or 305 cubic inches. Next is the D4CXL Series 3. It has a flywheel power of 60 kilowatts or 80 horsepower, operating weight 7,458 kilograms or 16,442 pounds, engine model 3046, rated engine RPM 2,400. Next is the agricultural equipment, and one of its examples is the Challenger 35. It has a gross horsepower of 165 kilowatts or 221 horsepower, PTO horsepower 131 kilowatts or 175 horsepower, drove bar horsepower 112 kilowatts or 150 horsepower, operating weight range of 10,047 or 22,150 pounds. Engine model of 3116, rated engine RPM of 2,100, number of cylinders or aspiration 680 AAC. And in conclusion, machine performance must ultimately be measured in unit cost of material moved, a measure that includes both production and cost. Factors bearing directly on productivity include such things as weight to horsepower ratio, capacity, type of transmission, speeds, and operating cost. It is very important to know every equipment capacity to ensure the safety of every workers in the construction and to avoid disruptions during the making of the project.
Association of Carriers and Equipment Lessors Incorporated, or ASL. About the ASL, so it is an organization that assigns rates on equipment. So, here are the partners of ASL, the CMDF or Construction Manpower Development Foundation, the DM Consanji Technical Training Center, DMCTTC, the Monarch Foundation Technical Institute, MFTI, the PCA or the Philippine Constructors Association Incorporated, and the TESDA. The 24th edition of ASL Equipment Guidebook has been updated to conform to the volatility of changing market. Government agencies like the Department of Public Works and Highways, or the DPWH, as well as NIA and DILG, have endorsed the equipment guidebook as basis for the project cost. Well, ACEL has the listed equipment which are 20 years old or more, specifically with earth-moving equipment. And the rates listed are based on 5-year-old equipment, and such rates are MAGE standard. So here are some examples of the equipment rental rates of ASAL. So first, we have tractors, crawlers with dozers. And we can see here the model of the equipment, the serial number of the equipment, the horsepower, fuel consumption, the bare month. And then we also have the brands as categories for each equipment and its rates. So for example, here we have Caterpillar. So for example, for the brand Komatsu on tractors, crawlers, we have the D85E SS2A and the serial number 3001 up of 1994 with a horsepower of 200 and 16.8 to 25.2 fuel consumption, operated on dry of 3,188 and operated hours of 3,985 with the bare month of 518,089. Yeah. We also have here different kinds of brands on different equipment. So for example, in articulated steering, we have Furukawa here, Hitachi, Hyundai, Kawasaki, and each of them also have different bare month or rental rates. These have all the equipments used in construction testing as well. So we also have here hammer pile or crane and driver vibratory, dump truck, off-highway quarry type, as well as all carrying equipment. For example, on contractors' equipment, we have here different types of equipment used on construction. For example, excavator, truck, crawler, bulldozer, and etc. Then we have our unit, our quantity. Then we can use the unit rates from ACEL or other sources. Then we can calculate the amount and sum it up to come up with the total cost for our equipment. Then ACEL first introduced the practice of equipment leasing and rental, and today it is considered the best possible alternative to owning construction equipment that will necessitate costly maintenance and upkeep. So for more information, you can visit their website, contact them using their phone number and their emails, and also you can visit them on their address, Pasig City, Philippines.
So today, I'm going to discuss about the National Irrigation Administration rental rates of equipment and motor vehicle. So first, I am Carl Francis, and we are the 10th group. This presentation talks about the NIA rental rate. So what is NIA? So the National Irrigation Administration is a government-owned and controlled corporation primarily responsible for irrigation, development, and management, created under the Republic Act RA 3607. So, ang NIA po is a corporate of the Department of Public Works and Highways. So, kanya po sila tinabangay dyan po sila. So, So before kuan pa is dugay na pud ang gahatag sila mga rental rates sa different equipment sa tong mga kinahanglan for construction project. So but now ilang gi-revise ang kuan mga rental rate and gisunod nila ang rental rate sa Axel. So kuan na pud to sila, gatag pud sila rental rate sa equipment. So association to sila sa mga construction equipment. So as of August 1, 2018 is nabago po ang rental rate sa NIA for the construction equipment and vehicle. So supplemental construction and application of NIA rental rates is ang mga factor. May mga factor na mga i-consider. So, una, age factor. Rates shall vary depending upon their age. So, kung mas sa ang atong equipment is gabari na siya kung mas bago pa siya or mas dugay na. So, na factor, na mga factor is kani kung bago pa may equipment, dako og factor. Kung dugay na is gamay og factor. So, kung bago may equipment, mas mahal ang rental rate. Kung daan na is barato na kay tungod sa imuhang mga sample sa itong bag-o na is taas siya capability, taas pa siya capacity, taas pa siya og miles nga mahimo, mileage nga mahimo sa kini nga butang. So therefore consider na to yung factor. So tako din siya. Second is ang fuel cost. So ang fuel cost is adjusted, resulting in significant changes of the typical values as shown. The fuel cost adjustment factor shall be applied under fuel per kilometer or fuel per hour. So, ang fuel cost na to is gabago mo gud siya every day. Usahay gataas, usahay gamay. So, kani is na to siya, i-consider na to ang significant changes bisan gamay lang or madako lang kay dako kay nag-apekto sa tuang rental rate or sa tuang cost or sa tuang gasto. So the fuel cost adjustment factor shall be applied. So muna siya pagkuha FA over FT times 100% or ang FA na to is actual fuel cost o ang FT na to say kay ang typical fuel cost. So muna ang FA na to sa gasolina sa August 2018 55.10 pesos sa premium sa unleaded is 54.10 pesos, sa itong diesel is 45.45 pesos. So next is ang operator charges. So ang mga operator na to is i-consider na to ang ilang pag-operate sa itong equipment. Kay different equipment lahi-lahi po ang pamaagi pag-operate ana. So may mga tao nga mas sila eksperyensado sila mo operate nga equipment kaysa ana. So therefore lahi-lahi sila charges. So kung ikaw operator ana nga equipment muna imong charge, ikaw nga operator ana nga equipment lahi po imong charge. So dire is ang total operated rental rate. So, ang pagkuha sa itong total operated rental rate sa itong mga equipment is basic rate ng equipment multiply sa itong age factor. Bago pa ba siya ordaan? Itong charge sa itong operator and itong charge sa itong fuel, ang gasto sa itong fuel per hour ni siya or per kilometer. Depende lang na siya pero mas kuha ng per hour. So, kani is ang table in tabular form. Pakita na to ang NIA rental rate for all NIA equipment as of 2018. So dire in this diring linya is atong type of equipment sa mga lifting equipment, mga excavating equipment, mga compacting equipment, mga carrying equipment, dire atong make and model, atong hourly operating cost dire, itong fuel na to per hour nga cost, operator per hour nga cost dire is atong Kung schedule A per hour, schedule B per hour, ang rate per hour. Yung schedule C, kung walay operator, kung walay gasto sa fuel, ay kung wala kay di ka mag-rent og fuel og operator, kung nakay kaugalingon nga ning gasolinahan o kay mga kaugalingon nga mga operator. So diri is magkuha lang imuha. Kato lang purely ang kuan lang equipment lang jud imuhang kuan. Imuhang i-rent or mga abangan ni per hour. Example na ito yung mga forklift, ito yung mga hydraulic truck mid, truck mounted ng mga lifting equipment, mga crawler, mga excavating na to, mga excavator, so laylay dyan siya. So dire is na tayo mga backhoe, itong mga excavating laga na to, mga backhoe. So kaya nga backhoe mo excavate og 30 cubic per meter or pila pa na, yung maximum is 65 cubic per meter or 1 cubic per meter. So lahi-lahi po dyan kung dako ang iyang capacity sa mong backhoe o sa mga equipment is mahal po diyang rate, dako iyang fuel nga magamit, iyang maintenance mas kuan po dyan, pero mas paspas imong trabaho, mas dali, so makasave kag time. So dako pud kag ma-save sa time kung sa matag deadline na jud ang kuan construction project. So dire ang earth moving equipment na to. So dire kung sa backhoe na to is dako siya capacity, dire pod kusgan siya mga ang hiyang horsepower is kusgan siya mga kuan mas paspas siya. So kung galing lang kung paspas, kung kusgan imong equipment is dako jud imuhang fuel nga cost kay needed mo na sila, mas dako ang horsepower sa sakyanan, therefore dako pod ang kining fuel nga kinahanglan. So, kung dako ang fuel, dako pa imong rent sa imuhang equipment, hindi siya pahuway. So backhoe, mga crawler na to, sa grader na to, hindi siya ang mga kuan rate. Dire is ang mga model, so lahi-lahi jud ang model. So dire lahi-lahi jud ang model sa every daghan man model sa ang kuan. Example sa tuang roller or mga piso na to, lahi-lahi siya model, lahi-lahi siya capacity. Ani one model kuan dagko og kapasidad, so dagko pud og kuan makuha nga tons, dagko og horsepower, so consider ja po na siya sa tuang kuan. Lahi po na sila og rental rate. Kay tungod di lang sa Philippines but the whole world daghan og mga equipment nga nangahimo na in every company, every kuan kini construction company, every machine company. So daghan na sa na himo. So dire is atong support equipment na mo carry og fuel tank, katong mga trucks nga dagkog liters nga madala, itong water tank nga dagko og liters, so dagko pud iyang kuan capacity, dagko pud iyang rental. So itong mga plant, so kung kuan itong mga equipment, itong vehicle, mga motor vehicle nga mga equipment na yung mga rate pod, so sa itong aggregate plant nabot tayo laylay nga rate, pero diri sila is per month. Per month multiply sa imong rated cap in cubic per meter. Mga concrete batching plant na to. Ito si rate kung maghulam, kung magrenta sa kuan sa NIA ba. Na sila batching plant dito. Diri mga drilling na to, water well, paving breakers. So itong mga power generating equipment, so mga power generating equipment na to is naggamit sila dagko nga kilowatt. So kung dako ang kilowatt nga magamit, kay tungod pud lagi sa tong kuryente is gakamahal ang kuryente na to ron, so kilowatt nga magamit, gamay pod ang kuryente. So ipahan lang din, mabago din siya. So that's all, thank you. So ang ato ang NIA, National Irrigation Administration, is naghatag sila og mga rental rate para makonsider na to sa ato ang pagbudget para sa ato ang construction project. So kani mga datong mga equipment is one of the many nga hatagan jud budget nga i-consider og nga hatagan og budget atong mga operator, atong mga equipment nga ginagamit, ang mga fuel. So di lang jud ang kuan, di lang jud ma-focus sa kuan lang nato sa atong building, atong mga beam, gasto nato sa atong mga aggregate, gasto nato sa atong kuan, mga cement. So hindi lang ta mo focus dito kay daghan yung factor nga i-consider. Itong mga labor, napil pa itong mga labor sa itong mga tao. So, importante dun siya nga, may balaan na to sila. Kaya lahi-lahi dun sila og mga rental rate. So, that's all. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
So good day to everyone. I'm Earl Donnie Ambiliaver, and I'm going to report to you the construction labor. So about this sector, the construction industry includes general construction and specialized construction activities for buildings and civil engineering works. It includes new work, repair, additions and alterations, the erection of prefabricated buildings or structures on the site, and also construction of a temporary nature. General construction is the construction of entire dwellings, office buildings, stores, and other public and utility buildings, farm buildings, or the construction of civil engineering works such as motorways, streets, bridges, tunnels, railways, airfields, harbors, and other water projects. So in year 2013 and 2017, this is the employment share. The construction industry accounted for an average of 7.4% of total employment from 2013 to 2017. On an annual basis, its employment share has been increasing from 2.4 million to 3.5 million. So in this figure, you can find the employment share of construction in the Philippines in the year 2013 to 2017. So the hours of work. The oil industry works average 41.4 per week from 2013 to 2017. This is slightly lower than the number of hours worked in the industry sector and construction industry, which averaged 43.7 and 43.4 per week respectively during the same period. So the minimum wage in the year 2013 to 2017. So this is the figure where you can find the minimum wage in each region in the year 2013-2017 in the Philippines. But today I'm going to report to you the minimum wage in the year 2020. So for the NCR, the minimum wage ranges from 500 to 537 pesos, and in CAR it ranges from 340 to 350 pesos. In Region 1, 282 pesos to 340 pesos. In Region 2, 370 pesos. In Region 3, 369 to 420 pesos. In Region 4A, 317 to 400 pesos. In Region 4B, 294 to 320 pesos. In Region 5, 310 pesos. In Region 6, 310 to 395 pesos. In Region 7, 356 pesos to 404 pesos. In Region 8, 325 pesos. In Region 9, 316 pesos. In Region 10, 343 to 365 pesos. In Region 11, 396 pesos. In Region 12, 336 pesos. In Caraga region, 320 pesos. In BI and in BARMM 300 to 325 pesos. So the source of this the source of it comes from the National Wages and Productivity Commission and the Department of Labor and Employment. So that's all for this section and thank you.